Thunder Star.
You follow Doctor. Wait, no, that's channels.
No, I was like, no.
Are
Are you 5768? Is that right? Oh, yeah, perfect.
Me and Cammy.
Yeah. I'll do pop out chat. Absolutely. Oh, you did? Oh, those are gorgeous.
I'm kind of following Madison's footsteps. I'm kind of getting a little.
Hey, I mean, I would love to get to a point where I can at least have shoes specifically for sports. Oh, that's... Oh, is that from the... Oh.
It's Sonic shoe.
I didn't know you bought them.
Yeah. Saw him on Twitter.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm going to give you a host on my end, too. That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's so cool. Looks like that Superman ice cream.
Yes. It looks delicious.
Colors weave and colors weave. Colors weave into a smattering of colors.
Oh.
Is this your? This is mine.
That is yours, yeah. I haven't gotten one yet. Katrina's in there. Gus is in there.
My dog's in there.
Jerry Seinfeld's in there.
Jerry Seinfeld's in there. J.R.R. Tolkien's in there. Gotta go fast. Lots of places.
Places to go, people to see. Mm-hmm.
Did you like my new logo, Jason?
Yes! I was in love with it.
Is there candy? I love the candy.
It's like, did you want candy? The white one? I put it in the box. The blue bars. In the show.
What's in the box?
Put it back in the box.
Jason, did you see my logo? My Caleb House Music logo?
I love it.
I know.
It's like
Monse did
amazing.
such a good job. I was like, dang, that needs to be my logo for real. So good.
One that matters. There we go. Let's give you that host, sir.
What's funny is I think you still are an admin, or like you have access to the
Probably do.
Caleb House Music channel. I think you do,
Probably do.
which I'm fine with.
I never really knew how to get that admin thing working.
How do you do? Dude, the Twitch app is like criminally bad. Like, you can't do anything with it.
There's only so much, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I have managed stream.
I wasn't going to say anything except that's all you need.
Love is all.
Love is all you need.
My friend back in I had a friend when I was much younger who, for whatever reason, he loved the Beatles, but he particularly liked Ringo Starr. So he would just walk around trying to do an impression of Ringo Starr, but I don't think he had any clue how Ringo Starr sounded. So he would just be like, "Oh, hello, I'm Ringo Starr.
Like really
I'm the drummer. No one remembers me." And he would just run around all the time, and he would don that voice for anything. When we were playing Halo, he'd be like, "Oh, we got to get to the library. I'm Ringo Starr." It's like, what are you doing? But I found it so funny. I found it so like, why did he? I don't know why he gravitated. I need to ask him. I need to ask Walt why he gravitated to Ringo Starr, because he did. He really loved Ringo. This is so obsessed.
I'm Ringo.
I'm Ringo Starr. Like, what? That's not how he sounds. I'm almost certain.
Thunder Star.
I'm Thunderstar. Thunder Ringo Star. Yeah. I can't. I don't know how to host on this app.
Okay, it's It's easy.
Do it for me.
I'll show you so you can know.
No, Jason, I don't want to learn.
Caleb?
I don't want to learn. I want
Caleb?
people to do things
Oh
for
my
me.
God. You're gonna click on Thunderstar's name. Right?
Oh gosh.
See that little
I
thing
don't
up
want to
there with
look.
the little,
I don't want to look.
And it
I don't
literally says
want to look.
host.
It says host. I don't want to do it.
Done.
Oh my gosh.
You
It's a
doofus.
waste of my time. Oh my gosh, it's so loud on my end. Just like have it put the microphone up to the phone, just have it triple echo. No.
That for your podcast, Thunderstar. Is this that viable quality?
Nothing. I don't know what I said. I've moved on. I've moved on. I know you've started, but we can officially start. What do you want? What do you want to start with? Yeah, this is kind of a cold open. Very cold. It's not cold outside today, though. It's 80 degrees. 50 in Nebraska. What was that? The wind. I like Family Guy. Everyone can be quiet. I like that show. I'm not going to be shamed for liking that show. I'm not shamed. Was it problematic? I don't care. I liked the show, and I still like people, and I like all people, so it wasn't a problem for me. Maybe for everyone else. This is where I ruin my reputation. So I say my hottest takes here.
Caleb loves Family Guy, everybody. You can unfollow him right now. Heretic. Gus Calvo likes American Dad. Well, there you go. Yeah, your boy Alexers. That's right.
It's the Lexers? I just always said Alex.
I think we've talked about this. I don't know why I just kind of gravitated towards Alexers. He said it was fine. I was like, okay, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, said Alex. You know, because his name's Alex.
Yeah.
So you call him Alex. Hey, if he likes elixirs, call him Lexers. It sounds like elixir.
Sounds like
An elixir.
An elixir.
Not lick her. Elixir.
That's not what I thought you said to begin with. You didn't have to. I never. It didn't cross my mind.
Well, it made it happen that way. I'm sure Thunderstar had questions for you because I don't think there. I mean, he didn't know if I exactly would be on, so there was an intention from the beginning to have you on to talk to you about things. So I'm curious to just be a part of that conversation, not dominate it. I've been on 3 now at this point, so I'm just here for funsies.
So you're gonna be that guy like on the Conan show. He just kind of sits there awkwardly. Andy
does not sit there awkwardly.
Andy just sits there awkwardly and laughs. That's all he does.
I like it.
I'm sorry, everybody. Thunder, why don't you go ahead and do your show? You know, do your show. It's your show. You know. What? Oh God. Well, that is what we're doing, you know, arguing about Andy and Family Guy. So I think we got it. I didn't even know his name to begin with, so that should tell you something, Caleb.
Well, what would you have? I want to know if I wasn't here, what would be happening? That's what I want to know. I want to know if Thunderstar. I know it's not Q&A, but if you had anything to talk to Jason, like, what would you tell Jason? What would you tell Jason?
Oh yeah. Well, that's a great question. I like that question because it's a good story. Uh-huh.
Oh, y'all
That was my idea.
y'all
Yeah.
discussed what to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now it's making sense.
I can hear y'all just fine. So it's probably just a stream thing. I just saw that Abigail had mentioned that. I was like, oh. Oh no. So you just heard me and Caleb arguing about Conan and Family Guy. Well, we can hear him because we got Discord open, but he probably has something on his end in terms of the stream they can't hear.
Oh, well. Hi, everyone. I'm Thunder. I have the best stream.
I too am Thunder.
No, I still can't hear Thunder. This is Thunder.
No,
That's Caleb, I think. Caleb was just talking. This is Thunder. We are all Thunder. Everyone's Thunder.
Oh, God.
I live in Nebraska.
Okay, how's it?
I work
how's
at a
it go?
hotel.
Can everybody on the stream hear me now?
I make food, and I want to be a chef someday.
I don't want to be a chef. Thank you.
I want to be a chef. This is
I do not.
This is
I do not.
Thunderstar
Don't you lie to
talking.
me. Don't you try to speak.
I want to make the best foods. Caleb, be quiet. Caleb, stop interrupting me. I want to be a 5-star Michelin chef.
No, I don't.
In America.
No, I don't.
And I want, but it does. And I want to move to LA, and be a big shot, make a lot of money.
That's not what I want to
What
do.
do you
at
want to say,
all.
Caleb? Now I can't hear him.
Oh, what the
I
hell?
can't hear Caleb.
Hey!
I took the mic back, Thunder.
Just Caleb's being a troll again.
He's
That's Caleb talking.
spraying with the water.
Get the Jason, get him with the water bottle.
That's water.
Just like all this spit on the mic now.
Oh.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Abby, why is Blue Jay's icon lighting up when Caleb talks? What is happening? Because he's me.
I am.
We are Legion. We are one.
Oh no. Oh no.
It's from the Bible?
We are Legion.
Yeah, I am Legion. I am one. It's this guy who's like, he's like, what is he? He's like a guy who's like,
He's got, like,
just
all
all
these
these
demons in
demons. Yeah, it's crazy. I am Legion. I am one.
I am Legion, for we are metal.
It's metal, right?
Metal.
It's metal.
That's metal. This metal's fuck.
That is terrifying.
Well, now that they can hear you, you can officially, you know.
Okay, I don't know what happened, why people couldn't hear me. All right, so here's what happened. Basically, I want to know, Jason, explain. How did you and Caleb mate? I want to know.
Okay, first question. There we go. Great. Well, it kind of started.
Jason gave birth to me.
All right. That's gonna be it for us, everybody.
You
You want to know why we don't stream? That's why.
I was born at 8 years old. 70 12 pounds.
Oh,
Oh my god.
that's like unheard of.
I was 110 pounds.
70,
Jeez.
12 pounds.
I was a big 8-year-old.
That's how much I weigh.
I was a bait. What?
I weigh 110 pounds. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yes, I
No,
do.
you don't. You had to put on weight. You look like you put on.
I probably have
You
since
put on
high
healthy
school.
weight.
I haven't checked my weight since high school.
You look like you're 130 something.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, 130.
I'll say 115 and call it.
Anything less than that, and I'm concerned.
Oh my God.
You should not be that close to like less than 100 pounds.
Thunder, I'm perfectly healthy and okay.
You know,
Jason's not eating.
What?
so we need to get Jason to rehab. Quick!
Nurse!
Nurse!
Fine. I had a sandwich. Leave me alone.
Jason, you weigh the equivalent of 2 big bags of dog food.
I like that he would know that though.
Easier to carry Jason than it is to carry dog food.
2 kitty litters. I think I'd rather be compared to the dog food.
You have tiny bird.
I do have tiny bird bones. Can confirm. I can fly. Yeah.
Can Jay fly? Maybe.
We met on a voice acting forum. There we go.
There you go. Tie that back. Basically, I got interested in voice acting in 2011 because I don't even know what got me in that direction, but I remember.
I don't actually know what made you want to voice act. I don't know what made you want to voice act.
I don't really remember what started it. I remember my screensaver keeps popping up.
Came on and it was the Windows 98 maze. I missed that.
I love the maze. It's
Oh,
great.
the maze.
Remember the maze? I used to watch
Ah.
that thing and just like, oh yeah, go find the rat.
Rats.
God.
We had the rats.
Well, I'm old. Anyway, continue on.
Yeah, no. It is kind of derailing. Let me turn off. While I talk, I'm going to turn off that screensaver.
No,
Keep it on.
because then if it comes on, it's something for me to watch while you.
Wow.
I don't think anyone heard me.
I
Did you
did.
hear what he said?
Jason, but I'm talking under my breath, so only he can hear them.
Well, what if I put the mic here? Even
I can hear you, Caleb.
Oh, okay. Never mind. You're good.
Okay, good. You need to hear his snark.
I have a lot of snark.
He's a snarky boy today.
Snark.
Ah!
So basically, I think I got interested. I was watching a lot of like.
No.
I think 2011 is when I started getting real into anime, and
Was
just
that when you started getting into
like
anime?
really into it.
Okay.
Because I started watching in middle school, like Death Note was out, Code Geass was about a year in.
Oh, Death Note.
And that's when I started watching. And then Soul Eater was, I think that might have been the big influence.
How Soul Eater didn't even air on like any of the networks. How'd you hear about Soul Eater?
A friend of mine came up to me and was just like, you gotta watch this show. And this was when I was in 8th grade, which was perfect. It was the perfect age for that show.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'll check it out.
It is the perfect age for that show.
Yeah.
I think they're like kind of 8th graders.
They are. They're middle schoolers.
Oh, dang.
Which that's something that me and Jessica, my wife Jessica, we were noticed. Was like, it's kind of cool that you can tell that they're children.
Yep. They act like children.
Yeah. And then when they stand next to any of the adult characters, you can tell. It's neat. But anyways, yeah, that got me into the interest in voice acting. So I remember at the beginning of 2011, literally January 1st, I was like, I'm just gonna see what is out there. Like how can you get into voice acting? So I remember looking up stuff on YouTube and I came across fan dubs.
Yeah.
And I remember this is pretty much how I met Caleb. I discovered an audition for Toradora.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I auditioned for this Toradora fan dub and I didn't get the part, but Sakura saw that audition because you uploaded it to YouTube. That's how we did it, I guess.
Yeah,
you would put it on YouTube.
I mean, we didn't have the cloud back then.
Nope.
2011 cloud sharing files like that was only really something done through like BitTorrent. There wasn't a Google Drive or a Dropbox or anything like that. There was Mega Drive or Mega Upload, but it wasn't something that people knew how to use, and it was also riddled with ads.
It was a pain in the butt. So it was really inconvenient.
So uploading your audition to YouTube made far more sense.
Yeah, that's crazy. So that's what we did. So Sakura saw my audition. She's like, hey, why don't you do my Toradora fan dub? I was like, great. So she casted me. And I remember that night, I think it was the same week, I get into a Skype call before Discord. I got into a Skype call with Sakura, Taylor, also from Boston. We got a Taylor from Boston. Hey there, Abby. And Caleb.
It's me.
And so I was in that call with them, and that's how we met. Straight up voice acting. And we did that for a good chunk of time.
And I had done the Toradora. I had done my own Toradora fan dub in late 2009. And no, late 2010. And I did 2 episodes and stripped all the audio and like downloaded sound effects and rewrote the script or adapted the script, and I got all my friends from my hometown to voice act in it.
I think I remember you saying something about that in a stream, Caleb.
Who had her own one. She commented on my Toradora dub when I first released it and really enjoyed it. And then in early 2011, she messaged me asking me if I wanted to be in a project she was doing. If I was still interested, if I was interested in doing voice acting for other people. And she messaged me through YouTube's messaging app, which they used to have.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
And so I was like, yeah, I'd love to do voice acting, because I think I was just broken up with too. So I was like freshly ready to do something else. And voice acting, I had done that before. It was Toradora again. So I was ready to try something else. And then, so I think Christina went out on Sakura's behalf for that dub. So that's how I came into that project, was getting to do Toradora again, but by someone else, and I get to still voice act the character I like, and I got to, and it was other things, because I wasn't that I was just broken up with too. That had something to do with it, but I'd lost all my younger group of friends back at my youth group in church, because I went to Auburn University, which was an hour away, and they're all still in youth group. And all of my friends, I graduated with some people who were friends, but there was only like 2 of us or 3 of us. And I wasn't as close to them as I was to my younger class. So I left all of my really close friends. So getting into voice acting and meeting y'all, and then Sakura and Coral and Christina, and then subsequently Courtney and Kara and Taylor and all those other people, was like getting my youth group back, but like in a new format and online. And I could talk to them just as much as like I talked to my old group. So it's like yeah, that's why I got into it. So it was like a really great period of time. And then I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of those friends still in my life. So it was really great. It was really great, and they became more permanent than my youth group. You know, only like I think maybe 4 of those have like survived, like that are actually frequently talked to. You know, every other month or months or so. So I just usurped that. But yeah,
I mean, I could second that notion. I mean, because when I got into voice acting and interested in doing that and meeting all of y'all, it very much felt that way. It was like I found a friend group online for the first time, and it was so crazy that could even be a thing.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget meeting y'all in person for the first time.
That was true. I'm trying to remember. Was it Akon? It was Akon when we met.
That's right.
Right. Because I had met Kara earlier because she went to Passion Conference in Atlanta, and I was in the area with Phil, and Kara was like, "I'm going to be in the area," so we just stopped by and said hi for like 45 minutes and walked around, and that's where we met in person. And so meeting everybody, I'd already done that though. The thing is, when it came to online friendships and things, I was so experienced with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like I wrote, mind you, this is like 14-year-old Caleb, but I wrote for a website publication called Loading Reality. I wrote reviews, and I go back and read them, and they're so pedestrian and so childish.
You need to show me those, because I don't remember. I don't think you've ever told.
Listen, I want to see these too.
Yeah,
I wrote a review for Silent Hill Homecoming, the video game, and it's like I used too many ands. Like, it's terrifying and macabre. Like, oh look, I used the word macabre.
Big words.
Big words. But I did that, and we had a meeting with them, the whole staff of Loading Reality, in Springfield, Illinois, and my brother and I did a road trip over there when I was 14 to meet the staff, and we stayed there for 2 days, and we rented out a conference room, and we turned it into a gaming area. And it was super, super dope. And then prior to that, you know, my brother and I made a whole bunch of friends online playing Halo. So many friends. And in fact, we still talk with Jay today. You know, he's still he came back into the picture about 2 years ago.
This is a different Jay, by the way.
Yeah, right. Sorry, different Jay, Warrior. I'm just going to call him Jay Hydro. Jay Hydro came into the picture, and we've known him forever. My brother and I, forever. So meeting people online and having friend groups that are online was not new to me. I had just kind of stopped having it for a long time because I was invested in my youth group and I had friends from school. So getting back into that, finding really like-minded people was wonderful. So wonderful. The voice acting was so much fun too. I loved getting to do voices and make our own projects and put something out that you're happy with after doing, 4 years of high school doing projects I didn't want to do. I'd still love to voice act. I still want to voice act.
That's still something
something I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's like I remember this is something we were actually talking about that we've come to realization. I remember everybody the only thing that we thought was that you could do was like do Funimation, like go audition at Funimation. And now there's so many opportunities just on the internet alone. There's a lot of people that are doing their own projects that need voices more so than there were when we were doing that. Because when we were doing it, the only things we could really do were fan dubs and get involved in those communities, which is great practice for us.
Yeah.
I kind of stopped doing it for a while, and I kind of lost connection with a lot of that network. So now that I'm getting back into voice acting, I'm kind of starting back to square one, but I have a whole new lens on it now.
Yeah.
Now, like, I'm looking at a whole new market, and I've already been casted in a couple things that they haven't come into fruition yet.
Yeah, they haven't come,
but it's like it's happened, and I can't. It's like it's nuts. So I just got to keep going. I haven't done any auditions this year, but
I haven't either.
It's the new year.
There's opportunities too, but I'm so. Like, I've really invested myself in my YouTube and other projects. I haven't taken the time to do the voice acting auditions that have been before me, but I should do more of them. I'm just so satisfied with what I'm doing with work, and if I were to get a role like something like that, I would have to make time for it. And I'm having that debate of like, well, do I, really put myself out there than trying to do these auditions and do them all the time, or do I, just really focus on my YouTube and my music because that's doing very well, And then I hear increasing stories from people involved in the industry around, and I'm kind of like, I'm comfortable with where I am. I'm not striving anymore like in a sort of naive younger Caleb who was like, I gotta get into voice, I gotta get into these studios. Now that I know more and I've been told more, it's like there's so much sacrifice that's involved for a lot of these actors and in very, very tough hours, that it's actually a little, it's turned me off a little bit from the process. So it's a little harder to quote unquote get out of bed for it to audition when I know as much as I do. So I still would love to do it, but I think Jason's right when it's like there's so many independent projects. There's so many people who need stuff for their projects, and they don't have the money or the budget to, to spend on these well-known prominent voice actors. They're still looking, and there's so many good voice actors that are looking for work or looking to just even get their voice out there. It's like you can find something. You don't have to look too hard to find a role you can audition for that isn't for a massive studio, which I don't even know if they do that anymore. But we got off on a voice acting tangent. That's how our relationship started, so that I can easily hop back into talking about voice acting. It's not hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the conversation was perfectly in context because that was our life for most of the early part of 2000.
It was just voice acting stuff. That's all it was.
Also, hi Neo Rebel. Hi, nice to see you. Hope you're well.
It's Neo Rebel.
I think
you say it?
I think that's how you say it.
Yep.
I think I read it as Neorable.
You got on to me for saying Alexis.
Neorabel. Neorabel. I think it's Neo Rebel. That's definitely it.
Yeah, it's Neo Rebel. I know.
Wait, did you find it, Gus?
Did he find a fan dub?
Almost everything. Caleb's dubs are gone. So true. There's a couple things. There's one of the things you've done too.
There's a couple still there.
Oh, I thought this is the Lights Out music video. That was uploaded on my birthday.
It was.
My Final Approach dub I did with Taylor and Sakura is up.
Is it?
It's still up. And a lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't. But I really loved it.
I'll find it and put it in the chat real quick. Have you seen any of, or did you know that Caleb did all that stuff before, Eric?
Yeah, I remember he had said something in a stream a while back that he had done Toradora voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did the fan dub for that. And then when they finally actually really produced the Toradora fan dub, or the official dub, I was all at once thrilled and happy that it had enough of an audience that they did that. And then I was kind of like, man, I wish I had been a part of it, because I had such a heart for Toradora and was in love with that show and those characters, and the manga started coming out and the light novel's been being released. So my goodness, that show has got so much. I had the audacity to openly suggest, and there's a part of me that still believes it, but it's a little bit more grounded in realism, that I thought my fan dub had a play in them bringing Toradora to America, because my fan dub for Toradora had so many views for the time. In terms of fan dubs that were on the internet on YouTube, it was like number one outside of a Bridge series. Like a Bridge series had the lion's share of these views on YouTube, but this fan dub that I did with my friends of Toradora, episodes 1 and 2 cumulatively had like 3 million views. So I'm sitting there thinking that's why Toradora was brought to America, is because it was proven that they used my video as a sort of barometer for how well it would perform. That's being arrogant, but I wanted to feel good about that. I wanted to feel good that I did something important, but I'm sure they had other reasons.
It's a nice thought for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to definitely keep that in mind if I...
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
I might just get a mic stand so I'm not holding this thing so awkward. Give me just a minute.
Hold it.
No, it's fine.
Or just you don't talk anymore. It'll just be another me. It'll be another me episode.
It'll be another episode of Caleb.
Me talking. Need to get Cammy. Where's she at?
Oh my god. Cammy!
She's like, hey, what's up?
She's not on.
Whoa,
right
that's weird. Oh, you do have a mic stand. Of course, that's the one from the Beatles rock band mic. Is that still it?
Absolutely.
That's so great. I like how they included a mic stand. That's wonderful. Love me do. Is that song? You know what's the name of that song?
Love me do.
Love me do. Oh, okay. Love me. Have you seen that that tweet that said, for a song called Piano Man, that do the harmonica riff will shut the F up?
That's pretty good.
For a song named Piano Man.
That's pretty good.
That was a great Twitter sometimes.
Sethimus has been summoned.
I see him. Dun dun dun. Seth, boy, good to see you, PL.
Harmonica intensifies. I want someone to do that and just like bass boost the harmonica part.
Oh, it'll be so crusty.
That's what I want.
I do love that song though. It's such
Yeah,
a
it's a good
simple
song.
Beatles tune.
And
like
the harmony, they don't like over the harmony. So
beautiful
really
harmony. I
nice,
love it.
simple,
I love.
straight.
I think some of my favorite music from the '60s was when you had these artists that did dual harmonies, just two guys.
Yep, that's all you need.
That's all you need. Like I think the Everly Brothers, they did. What was that one song? Trying to remember it. Oh God, it's like it's stuck in my head. They feature it in Happy Days. Like whenever the characters are sad.
Sunday, Monday, happy days.
That's yeah. That
Tuesday,
yeah.
Wednesday, happy days.
But it's not that song.
Thursday,
It's
Friday, happy. Sunday,
Oh no!
Monday, happy
Stop!
days.
No!
Tuesday, Wednesday.
No! That reminds you of
Thursday,
the
Friday,
oh.
Saturday, Sunday, happy days. Monday, Tuesday.
He's just gonna keep going
He's
until.
gonna just keep going until he eventually like.
I can't go to Hyles. I'll just stay at the highest note I can.
So he's
remember
just
it
gonna
now.
keep going until he strokes out on this.
I mean, he was looking pretty red. Your face was starting to get red.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, be
I
careful.
didn't know. I
Don't die.
Be careful.
Caleb, are you the Fonz? Hey,
Am I the Fonz? Yeah.
hey.
Hey. Yay. So when you reverse it on YouTube.
I love the YouTube
Hey.
poops. Yay.
Yay.
It.
I want to have a tomato. Yo.
Caleb became a tomato. Thank you, Septimus.
Please do a future cover of that song, Happy Days.
It's just that what I just did.
Happy Days.
that,
anime
that was
opening
that was the
intro.
cover right there. It's done.
Corey in the house.
Oh. Oh, you even referenced the show, the Jump the Shark. Never forget that.
Yeah.
Jump the Shark.
What's this from?
Oh, Industry Giants.
When did you go to Industry Giants?
What's the year on that? 2017.
2017.
There you go. I started going since 2017.
Is it a conference?
It's an animation conference that happens once a year, of course, in Dallas, and they bring in a lot of industry professionals. So I think that year, that was the first time I had gone. Aaron Blaze, who was the artist who designed the Beast for Beauty and the Beast, he designed the tiger in Aladdin. And because of his expertise with animals, he directed Brother Bear.
Oh,
So that was really cool. And then last year...
that's weird. Like the animated movie Brother Bear.
Yep.
And he had expertise with bears.
Yep. Well, the animals in general.
Animals. So they're like, hey man, we know you're like real smart with animals and all. You wanna direct a film?
Well, it was
Like,
more than
those
just
aren't
that he
related.
knows animals.
You want to direct a
Yeah.
film that has to do with bears?
It's like I know you're real good with animals. Like that's your like pedigree. So like you want to like do a film and you direct it and instruct people how to do their job because you know so much about animals.
Well, he probably did the character design, and then they went.
He
and
knew
did
how to
it.
draw
That's right.
animals. Not
That's
like,
what I meant to say.
Okay, because I was thinking he's like
Well, and also
Bear
too, I mean,
Grylls
he,
out there and like knows
he-
how to.
well, he does study. He was, he's a guy who sits out there and will
Oh.
study the animals.
Oh,
He said when he was a kid, this guy Aaron Blaze, this is how he learned how to draw animals really well, was from roadkill. So he'd
That's
literally
not-
go out into the street,
Okay.
find a dead animal like a rabbit or something that was killed. Sometimes he'd find big animals,
Squirrel.
and he would just sometimes drag them home or just do it there at the moment and draw them.
see, I had heard that Aaron Blaze would go right up to a fully grown, like living, breathing grizzly bear, and he would grab it by its face, and he would actually pet it, and he'd be like, "Hey, hang on a second, I need to draw you." And then the grizzly bear would sit, and he would draw the grizzly bear for 5 hours, and then the grizzly bear would leave. That's what I had heard.
Are you being
that
genuine?
Aaron Blaze was a grizzly bear whisperer, and I am not.
I was
I
like,
am not being
you didn't know who he was a second ago.
Yeah. Grabs grizzly bear's face, sits on it, and says, "Stay put. I'm going to draw the top of your head." And then he does that, and he does it with everyone else's. He does it with everyone. Yo,
Just hold on, I have to draw your face.
The bear's like, oh, all right, that's chill.
He's like, "Okay, thanks." And he said, "Okay, thanks." He like openly said it. He spoke English. The bear spoke English. Bears know how to speak English now.
Voiced by that kid
No,
from...
not voiced by
what?
anyone. They
Oh.
speak. The bears speak. There's no
What?
voices. They speak fluent English. That's what it used to be until they all learned English.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, "Okay, do you want to draw me from the right or the left? Like, is it golden hour? You need to wait like 30 minutes and then you can draw me, Blaze." That's what he said. Fluent.
I'm just thinking of a
I'm
bear on the
sorry.
side of a...
I can't.
There's no like vocal box weirdness like you think like a bear might have. It just sounds like this. It sounds like a person talking.
I mean,
it's incredible.
You're a bear, Caleb.
A lot of men would call me that.
Well,
I've been called that frequently every day, actually, by random anonymous strangers online who want to do a lot of different things to me.
Neo, let the bear speak. All right, speak, bear.
Hey. I like your bear noise.
Sound like it. Oh dear, it seems as though I've learned English. I can speak perfect English now.
He's like mid-growl. I'm feeling not happy about what you just did. Oh my gosh, I speak English. I like your accent for the bear.
It reminds me of that stupid Rob Thomas joke.
Oh, you're turning into Rob Thomas?
Like turning into Rob Thomas. Ooh, I can't take no more. Such a weird.
I like it because it's funny for me.
It's an us thing.
It's an us thing.
Turning into Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20.
It's an us thing.
You wouldn't understand.
Us? That was a good movie.
There's probably so many movies named Us.
No, I think there's only one, and it's the one I'm talking about.
What? Do you know the movie, Eric? Do you know?
I might. I don't know.
I don't. What is this movie?
I read your sentence, Gus. You said I call my husband the bear because he fits on that. But I totally read it. I read that sentence as, in my head, I call my husband the bear because he sits on me.
I mean, I think I read it that way too. So
I don't know. I saw fits, saw sits, and then I saw on, and I was like, sits on me. I guess that's true.
If I fits, I sits. You know.
This stream is even more chaotic than I thought it would be.
Jason
and I are not. Are we? We're not this chaotic. I don't know.
We used to be really obnoxious.
Oh yeah. No, we weren't obnoxious.
We had our moments where we were obnoxious.
No, in public.
Yes.
Maybe.
in public. Maybe. At least it was a maybe.
Everybody was. You'd go into a convention and there would be someone at the other end, butt scratcher, and then everybody would do it.
And everyone screams it from Family Guy.
It was great.
The most non-problematic, amazing show.
Oh, wow.
It's a non-problematic, amazing
show. Not problematic at all.
It's problematic that it's still airing.
That you have a problem.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't have a problem with you.
I have a problem with.
You know what would really solve a lot of problematic things?
What?
If you just had someone who experienced and older tell you, hey, that's not a good idea. That's a joke. Don't do that. Instead of expecting the show to tell you it's a blatant.
Right.
Yeah. That would solve a lot if we just had good role models.
Seth MacFarlane, good role model?
You might be I think you're reaching on that one. Unless you're talking A Million Ways to Die in the West, then you might have a good role model.
Oh, that movie was unfortunate.
I don't watch movies.
Well, nor do I.
No, they just happen. They happen to me.
They just happen to me.
Like, I don't. I'm trying to think of a film I went to recently online.
What was the last movie I went on? Because we saw the Sonic movie and that was spontaneous.
Yeah, that was entirely spontaneous. That was entirely spontaneous. Literally
something that I looked forward to seeing.
That I was like, I'm gonna go.
Easy.
See.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
So you went and saw that?
Me and Zachary were wanting to see that movie since he announced it.
Is he by Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, Tarantino.
I don't know. Is he? I haven't seen it. I feel like I've seen his films. I feel like I've seen his films, but I haven't seen his films.
What movies have you seen?
Like I said, I don't think I've seen any of them, but I think I've seen all of them.
I'm sure you've seen. I know Pulp Fiction is like the obvious.
I have seen.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction is gonna be like the obvious Tarantino film.
I get that.
I think, and I wonder if that's because he himself wants that sort of persona to be built up. Of it's a Quentin Tarantino movie, so blood, violence, extreme imagery. Sort of loosey-goosey, like just kind of off the rails, whimsical. Like if that's that movies themselves, which I haven't seen, or if that's just how they're portrayed, and it's just kind of gone on to be allowed to be like that.
You like dialogue-driven films?
Yeah, I love dialogue.
That's very Tarantino.
Oh well, then never mind. I clearly don't know Tarantino because I thought it was just slightly smarter action film. That's how I've always thought of Tarantino.
I don't know.
From a perspective.
It's interesting when people describe a movie as smart. Because I don't really know what that means.
Dialogue. That's like
Okay.
whenever the intelligent conversations.
Oh, well, okay.
Believable, intelligent
Literally?
conversations.
Well, yes. The very first scene in his very first movie, Reservoir Dogs, is literally all the characters sitting in a restaurant talking about whatever the heck. One of the things they talk about, they argue about whether tipping is good. And they all have really just like...
I would like...
That's literally the first scene.
I would love that.
But then almost immediately after the intro, you've seen the iconic intro. Doom, 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 boom, 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 ba-dum, and they're all walking slow motion.
Probably.
You've never seen
If
that?
you
I'm
showed
sure
it to
you've
me,
seen
I'm
it. It's
sure
an
I remember.
iconic thing. Have you seen any of these, Thunderstar?
Yeah.
Hello?
I'm still here. Hello.
Hello.
I thought
Just like dead silence. Have you seen any Thunderstar? We realize we're talking to ourselves a lot.
Well, I said, yeah, I've seen a lot of Tarantino's films. I think Pulp Fiction still has to be probably my favorite one of his, though.
Oh yeah, there you go. Which that's where I'm sure you've seen many.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction stuff, but I've never actually sat down.
What I was
Which I
gonna
should
say
do.
is like almost immediately after like the intro, it gets right into something violent.
Okay.
And so it is a movie, but it's a movie that knows when to sit still and let you like take in like the character doing their thing, which that's part of the fun. Yeah, there's your screensaver. You should have
Yeah.
seen Caleb's face light up.
I was like, oh, the screensaver's gonna start up.
It's gonna do its thing. The textures
get it.
are a little wonky, but
Go get it.
go do
No,
your
go the
thing.
other way. Go the other way. No. You knew that was the dead end. I can see that. No. Yeah, I like dialogue heavy films because it's very slice of lifey in a way. Any sort of slice of life instances are my favorite type.
There needs to be a gif of Caleb watching, like, there needs to be a video of Caleb watching the screensaver and just him just like, no, go the other way.
I mean, I'm pulling up my phone right now.
Oh,
Why the
God.
bricks back? The bricks keep cutting.
I'm telling you, the textures are broken. I think it's just my computer.
Fix it.
It doesn't know what to do with
Oh my
this
gosh, it's
old
just spinning.
software.
Oh, they found it. He found the face.
And we back to the beginning.
Oh, this is wonderful. This
And
is
we're
like
back
how
to the beginning.
I'm 7 years old again. Very. I'm like content right now. It's 7 years old. I'm in the media room at my elementary school, and the teacher's talking, but the screensavers have jumped over to this, and now I'm focused on the maze.
Oh, absolutely. Wasn't that a time killer?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely a time killer. It was great.
I think some of my favorite things to do in the computer lab was kid pics. Did you ever throw down with kid pics?
What was Kid Pics?
That was the shit, dude.
What
Kid
was-
pics. Did you ever do kid pics, Thunder?
I don't think so, no.
Come on, no way.
I think he talks, but we just don't get the.
I think it like cuts in and out.
I don't get why.
There was the rat. The rat.
We the rats.
All right, we need to see the
We
chat,
the
Caleb.
rats.
We need to see what people.
Pray.
Hey,
Stop. Get not.
Abby knows
We
kid
the
pics.
rats.
Yes, kid pics was great.
We the rats.
KidPix was a software that was designed for kiddos, and really what it was like an art studio, and it had all these goofy, wacky sound effects.
Look it up
and all
real
these.
quick.
Yeah, I'll
Look
show
it
it
up.
to you.
Also, Eric is talking. I see his like thing go off, but I just don't.
We're not hearing you,
Say
Eric.
something, Eric.
Ah!
Oh,
There it goes. I wonder if there's like a threshold, like a voice threshold.
There
on your side.
might be. Hold on, let me see if I can. I'm gonna move the filter away from my microphone. Let's see if that'll work.
KidPix 3 specific.
Wait, hold on. Maybe I did use this.
I'm sure you've seen this thing, dude.
Okay, now I have to look it up because it sounds familiar, but
Here, I'll drop a link in chat so you can just get to it.
There's an unfortunate amount of like
oh yes!
Yeah, right? KidPix, bro.
nostalgic confusion.
Oh god, yeah, now I remember it.
Like,
Oh,
this has the
man.
aesthetics of stuff I recognize, but I don't fully recognize it.
And then there's a little baby that goes, uh-oh. Oh no. Like if you want to erase something or undo. That's the undo button, is like the little baby.
Oh man. Oh yeah, that's some memories right there.
Right? Dude, that was my favorite thing to do, and that's something I'd love to stream someday, actually. I'm thinking about getting a copy, because that would be, I haven't touched this software in years, and it had great sound effects, so it felt tangible when you'd move your mouse around. It was brilliant. And of course, you can print them out, and it was a lot of fun. But yeah, KidPix, dude, stuff was great.
Wait, how old are you, Eric?
I'm 24.
24. Okay.
There's the the balloons. I remember the balloons. Oh, it's fun.
Just listening to Jason just freak out about this. Just yes.
Dude, I'd cheer for it.
I thought you could win the game.
Oh,
no, there was no real objective. That was just to have fun.
If you accidentally hit the erase button, you lose.
Oh.
It says you lose, and then it deletes your files from your computer.
Deletes your computer.
And then it just completely turns. Oh.
Deletes. What's that thing you're not supposed to delete?
The Windows.exe.
Yeah.
System 32.
System 32. There you go.
That just reminded me. I have a pretty interesting story to tell. This is back when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And oh, this is beautiful. So I can't remember, well, I think it was just a typing class that I had, and it was the last class I had for the day. And me and a bunch of my friends back in middle school, we would sit in the corner, basically by the fire escape door. So if anything happens, we'd be the first ones out, and we'd shut the door so nobody else could get out. That was at least the joke. So,
Oh no.
So, oh no, the door's shut. We can't get it open. However, is this gonna happen? We're on the outside. No. So, we, one of my, old friends, Patrick, he looked, he was like, he called us over one day. He's like, I got something really awesome to show you guys. So everybody's sitting there typing on, like, it's like a really important project that the teacher wanted us to get done by the end of the period. And behind one of the computers was a little, like, it looked like a light switch almost. And the light switch basically was connected to, like, the entire row of the tables. So we're like, what is this? And so he's like, I think I know what this does. And we're all like, what? He's like, just watch. So everyone's like, all right, everybody's almost done. And then Patrick reaches behind, flips the switch, and all the computers in that row turned off.
No. No. Bad.
All the computers turned off, and he flipped the switch back on, so all of a sudden they turn back on, and the teacher comes over, he's like, what just happened? And we're sitting, and he looks over at all of us, and we're sitting there even looking confused, just, we don't know, and Patrick has the biggest shit-eating grin on his face. And the teacher's like, do you know anything about this, Patrick? And he's like, I mean, I found a light switch. I thought it was just going to turn off the lights. He's like, you just turned off all the computers. You realize that just cost everybody this project, right? And he's like, yeah, I don't care.
Oh, Patrick.
Yeah, I don't care. Wow. Like, very...
Oh, Patrick did not give a fuck about anything.
Oh, Patrick.
How's Patrick doing today?
I was literally going to ask that question.
Honestly, I've not heard from him in years.
Go look him up on Facebook right now. I want to know how Patrick's doing.
Ah, shit. I probably should.
Look up...
He's like, I haven't even thought about
Patrick!
I want him to suffer a little bit.
Jeez, he just turned
I
off.
want him to suffer.
I don't remember
How deep into the project was everybody?
I'm gonna say, I don't remember how to spell his last name.
I also don't quite know why someone made the light switch in a school.
That was
The thing
literally
flips
Abby's
off-
question.
That flips off, because in our house we have a light switch that operates certain plugs.
Yeah, I have one of those too.
But like, don't put it in the room by the kids, and don't put all the computers on it.
That's bad.
a bit of an odd. Yeah, put like a do not flip. But they didn't want to do it because it was like, if you put that there, then they'll be encouraged to do it.
Right.
Kids like being rebels. Have you found Patrick yet?
No, I have. I was not
Look at
able to find
Patrick.
him. I don't think he even has Facebook. Another funny thing about
He doesn't have Facebook, you said?
I don't think he did. I don't think he does because I also don't remember how to spell his last name. So
That's all I need to know. He doesn't have Facebook?
Wow.
Miserable. I'm kidding.
Probably, honestly.
He's actually probably very happy.
I'm sure
He's
he
a
is.
great guy.
Another funny, like, Patrick was the troublemaker of our group. He was, but he was funnier than hell. I remember in the same class, my buddy Kyle got sent out of the classroom because he had a weak detention
Oh, good.
for trying to hit another student with the chair.
Oh, good.
Well,
Wow.
Kyle and I, back in middle school and even in high school, we would always get picked on. Like, we were, like, the biggest targets. Why? We were different. That's why.
Yeah.
So Kyle had enough of it, picked up the chair, and was about to hit this kid with it. And the teacher saw him, told him to put down the chair and go to the principal. And Kyle said, "Make me. You want to run that by me again?" Looked the teacher dead in the eye and said, "Make me."
Make me. Oh, boy.
And he's like, "Go sit down at the hallway. You have a weak detention." So as the door is shutting, and it's one of those doors that shuts really slow. As the door is shutting, I see Kyle out in the hallway just dancing.
What dances is he doing? What's he doing?
I don't remember what he was doing. I think he was just doing a stupid, like, little, just, I'm happy back and forth dance. I don't have to be in the class.
Doing a bit of a jig.
Yeah, he was like, he was like doing a jig almost. So, one of his days during detention, I signed out to go to the restroom. I come back, I pass by Kyle as I'm walking out. I come back, and him and now Patrick's out there. I asked Patrick, I said, "What did you do to get out here?" He's like, "I didn't do anything. I just walked out of the classroom while the teacher wasn't looking, and I just came and stood out here. I didn't want to be in there anymore."
I totally knew kids like that, dude. That's crazy.
So here's the best part, was I went back in, grabbed my stuff, signed in that I was like, "Oh, I signed back in." A couple students looked at me, just shrugged their shoulders, and like went back to leaving the teacher. Teacher didn't even know I came back in the classroom. I just walked right back out and just joined him and just stood out there and talked to him for the rest of the whole day.
Oh my god.
Teacher had no idea.
They just didn't care. They're not paid enough to care.
They're not. And he was also the woodshop teacher too.
Oh, it's like a nothing class. Okay.
So he really doesn't care.
Yeah, he really he didn't care. And then he became the driver's ed teacher for when I had to do driver's ed.
Oh god. So then there's a complete downgrade.
They can't do anything. They legitimately can't do anything. Teachers aren't disciplinary figures in that regard, and the actual what they're allowed to do to discipline children is nothing. They can send them to offices, but in terms of put their hands on them, touch, grab them, spank them, move them, grab them by the arm and drag them, they can't do that. They're not supposed to, at least. So yeah, the kid's not wrong. It's a completely made up imaginary boundary that teachers have to sort of assert over young kids and hope they buy it, and hope that they've been raised, quote unquote, raised well enough in their homes to where they'll buy it. They'll buy the authority figure argument. And then you have those kids who are the troublemakers, so to speak, who just see through the veil.
Yeah.
And their parents have no real consequence at home, and they have no real boundaries there either. So they come to school and they just break all the rules because there's no consequence and they can't do anything.
It's what are you gonna do? Kick me out of here?
Yeah, you have to hit them where they love. You gotta go for the things they love. So yeah, you can't hurt them. You can't grab them. You can't touch them. But if it's if you're the teacher, there's not much you can do. I think as a parent you can do a lot, but as the teacher, you just got to suck it up. We had a kid like that too. He cursed all the time in class, in between sentences that my teacher would say in 3rd grade. He was awful. He was a bad kid.
3rd grade?
Yeah. Turns out,
wow.
And he was so angry too. He would get really angry and throw stuff.
Just angry on me?
Yeah, angry. And we were on a socio-economically bad side of town. So there was just problems at home, clearly. I look back on it, and this kid had anger issues. He was throwing stuff. He's cursing all the time. I was like, I bet this has got to be the worst home life. So I'm sure that was there. But man, it was so disruptive. And our poor basic teacher, not paid enough, had no clue what to do. And she always looked, now that I look back on it, she just looked tired and spent and ready to strangle this kid. But she couldn't. So sucks hard being a teacher because you have to wear 20,000.
Mad respect.
Yeah,
mad respect.
We're not paid enough. But we need another freaking B-50 bomber. We need more. We need more.
Oh, okay, I'm kidding. I thought you need that for the schools.
Yeah, we need another tank.
I see what you're saying.
I want a tank.
Yeah, it's everything. Everything is getting paid for. Military infrastructure, when everything here is falling apart. Guess what, Abby? You know where this is going. What's the thing that what's that thing that the money isn't going to that really should?
Schools.
That and
education
and
healthcare.
Healthcare.
Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
Ding 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 ding. We have a winner.
Yeah.
Roads. The effing
the
roads.
fucking roads. Yeah. Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah. Healthcare too. Healthcare too.
The roads. Who needs roads?
My roads.
You know what? No. Hold up. we won't need the roads if we invest money into trains, and light trains and speed trains, like Japan has done.
America deadly needs something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I mean, it would take literally past like at least 4 of our lifetimes. We'll be dead.
Yeah.
But I mean, I mean, all estimations say our planet, for all we know, we don't know the date or when, but if you're following the sun's timeline, we got a couple billion left in the tank. I'm like, just take 400 years. Just take a couple hundred, actually maybe be like 100, maybe like 100 years. Build the freaking light roads, light trains for America, and everyone's going to be better. We're going to be healthier too. Everything's going to be more connected. You can, you don't have to drive these freaking big old trucks around. Everyone's going to be closer just from the sheer speed of it all. You help out the environment because these trains aren't using any CO2. Just take some time. I don't know, man. Leave a legacy.
Well, what are they? Aren't they working on something that's like stupid high speed thing, like stupid fast?
I know what you're talking about.
The underground thing.
Oh well, I think I saw a diagram that someone made of like a theoretical, like set of trains for America.
The
like
monorail.
very fast trains.
Yeah.
But it's all just someone made up a diagram of it. But now there is actually real, honest to goodness, within our lifetime change happening in Texas. And they're making a whole light rail from Dallas to Houston, and then from Houston to Austin, and Austin and Fort Worth, and those areas. And it'll take you like legitimately from Dallas to Austin. It'll take a legitimate like 20 minutes.
Remember how long it took for me to get to?
Yeah.
Remember that one time I didn't drive to Austin and I took the Amtrak? Remember how long that was? 7-hour train ride.
I took an Amtrak one time to you. It went perfectly fine. I took a train to you, and everyone was like, "Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many delays." And I went the first time I was coming up to you. It took no time. It was perfect. It was on time, right on time. Got there on schedule. I was like, "Oh, this is fabulous." I only spent an extra 2 hours on the train, but I don't have to drive or think, and I got my laptop out, and all this other business. But then when I was coming back, it's like an extra even 3 hours. The delays were terrible.
I think that's what it is. I think most people are coming, or the people that are going to Austin I think that's a bigger number. Mm-hmm. So you're going to see a lot of delays. I think that makes sense. But coming to Dallas from Austin, it's almost like, what are you doing? It's Austin. Don't leave Austin.
But the light.
So there's not a lot of people doing that. So it's just like, it's an easy. I remember coming home, it was no problem. I got there, no problem.
The bullet trains are going to be huge. I think as soon as they get the Dallas to Houston, Houston to Austin, that triangle setup of those trains, I think they're going to make so much freaking money. And I think people are going to realize how great it is. And if Texas has to be the test market for the rest of the United States to consider having light rails within their own state, then you can sort of get into an idea of proving to the federal that they can actually maybe spend a little bit of money for the states, give them some money to allocate to make a federally run light rail system. I think that'd be dope. I think that'd be so good.
I think that would be brilliant. I could tell you right now, I'd go to Icky. No problem.
Yep. 20 minutes.
20-minute drive to
20 minutes
to get to Icky. To Austin. Which even still, I do love the drive to Austin. That's one of my favorite things to do is drive to Austin. 3 hours, perfect. Anything more than 3 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little...
Therein lies the problem with why it probably will never happen on a large scale. It's because the American experience from a very early age is partially defined by the automotive industry and the desire to own a car and the independence and the American way of owning a vehicle and driving on the roads. It's associated with our identities from a really young age, and changing that, I just don't think it's going to happen. Not here in America.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
We bailed out freaking car companies back in 2000, whatever it was, and paid them a bunch of money because they screwed up in some way, shape, or form. Yeah, cars are going to stick around for a while.
Oh, certainly they are. I don't think cars, but it doesn't necessarily mean that people are going to be against it. I think people want something better than the dart rail. I think the dart rail existing is enough of a motivation for people to just be like...
Locally, Dallas already built a rail system that connects Fort Worth, Dallas, DFW Airport, and South Lake, and downtown Dallas.
I didn't know about
this. It's this triangle with like 9 stops on it, and it connects all of them, and it goes quickly, and it costs almost nothing. And it's been used pretty frequently because people go to downtown Dallas for they want to drive their car, and then they can get, and it runs 24/7. So, and Kara and I considered using it to go, because there's a parking lot at one of the train station stops, parking our car there, and then going to the airport. Because you can go right to the airport. It drops you off at the terminal.
Yeah.
It drops you off at Terminal B. And then you're there. And you don't have to drive to the airport.
That's nice.
But we still like driving to the airport and having our car because it's just more convenient.
Sure.
It's ultimately more convenient.
Well, right.
But if you're trying to save money, using that light rail, using the rail is like second to none. Like,
Yeah.
Definitely use the rail. I dominated that conversation, so I'm gonna be quiet.
That's a great conversation.
It really is.
I mean, just to kind of take it to your end, dude. In Nebraska, what is the public transit situation over there? What is that? What's going on over there?
Shit, I don't really know. I mean,
I'm sorry.
No, I mean,
and all we heard was a.
just like, I think you guys just heard my brain just like skip a beat for a second. No, honestly, I've never, and this is as embarrassing as it might sound, I've never actually been on a train or a plane. Really haven't. Never have.
Yeah.
Train
and-
or a plane.
Sorry, I also just, like, as you guys were talking, Caleb, I just happened to see you holding a carbine, and I got a little scared a little bit, not gonna lie.
Oh, that
Picture
picture
me
with
in a
you,
gun.
the
Yeah.
Got a little
Crazy,
scared.
watch out.
Well, I mean, you are in Texas, so I mean, it's okay. So,
True.
I mean, is it okay? Correct me if I'm wrong. I have to know this because I hear that it's a thing. Is it true that in Texas you can actually walk around with a sword?
I heard that was a thing.
I don't know about. I don't know if that's true or not.
We look that up right now. Let's see.
Google.
Because if so, I need to go to Texas.
Open carry, right?
Open carry sword, Texas.
Yeah, it's already coming up easy. Texas open carry sword law takes effect September 1st, 2017. Okay. Texans will legally be allowed to carry blades longer than 5.5 inches in most, but not all places. This includes openly carrying the famous Jim Bowie knife, as well as daggers, dirks, throwing knives, stilettos, poniards, swords, machetes, and spears. Wow. Imagine a dude walking around with a spear.
Yeah, it's bizarre. I mean, I don't think no one's gonna be scared of you. I just think they'll be like, "Wow, you're really." That's all they'll say.
Thunderstar's, well, in that case, I'm moving to Texas.
Like, here's the thing. I just
sword.
Blade there.
That's gorgeous.
I just like you guys see that katana, and I wish, God, I wish I could. There's a way I could put it in the actual chat, like in the Twitch chat, so people could actually see it.
You'd have to do a screen share thing.
Yeah, what are you streaming with? Are you using OBS?
XSplit.
Oh, XSplit?
Yeah.
Okay, I've never used XSplit, so
I have technically. I mean, I guess I could. I mean, it's I'll figure out a way. Maybe I'll upload to like Imgur or something. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a way.
I'm sure there's. But that
I'm gonna upload to Imgur.
Imgur. Actually, I'm gonna do that right now while I'm talking about this. That katana was there was a store in the mall in Lincoln, which is the capital of Nebraska.
Okay.
It was a place called Far East Treasures, and it was very.
Oh, we had one. We had one of those.
Yeah. Like you know the store.
Certainly.
And this place handmade katanas.
Yeah.
But they were hella expensive.
Yes, they were.
And they were moving locations from Lincoln to Omaha. And they couldn't take the knives and swords and stuff up there. For some reason. I can't remember what it was. So they did basically like a 50% off, like, hey, we're closing 50% off on basically everything in the store. Or at least all like the knives and all the swords and stuff. So I went in on their last day of being open. Went in and I saw that katana and I was like, I really want to get one of these. And now the guy that had worked the counter had basically, me and my friends, we went in there, we bullshitted with him a lot. I'll put this in there too because this is another thing I picked up from there. This was actually something I picked up the day after I got back from Texas.
Okay.
When I went down to see my buddy Ian and my buddy Anthony.
Oh, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that is the, like, it's legit. That's a legit hidden blade.
That's cool.
It is like like actual metal. The thing is, the blade isn't sharp. Only the tip is just like a little bit pointy. That's it.
Yeah.
But it is the one from the Assassin's Creed movie.
Oh,
and
nice.
that was $80.
Oh wow.
$80. $80 well spent.
Oh wow. So it's like initially.
Oh yeah, and I've worn the thing around like a lot.
So how do you like trigger it? Like how do you get it to do
motion? Like you flick, like basically like
flick of the wrist?
Kind of like thrust your arm forward and it would come out. It also has a locking mechanism, so it like you could lock it in place so you could actually wear it around so it wouldn't like come out on somebody. Like I wore it into a gas station one day. And I had to make sure the thing was locked because I didn't want to be like, okay, here's my money, and then the thing would come out and I'd accidentally stab the cashier in the hand.
That would be unfortunate.
And that would be a hell of a story to explain to the police. So
it was a complete accident. I was trying to pay.
So I was wearing my hidden knife around because I like it.
And the thing is,
And
I
I
actually
stabbed this man.
like, because I've taken the thing apart because to clean it out. And I have to fix the locking mechanism because it kind of jams every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But the blade, I measured the blade. The blade is, in Nebraska, it is, you can carry a blade as long as it's less than 3 inches.
Oh.
Or, yeah, as long as it is less than 3 inches. That thing is 2.5 inches long. So technically, I can wear that.
Also, real quick, Jade Ryder, that's my sister. Hi. Hello.
Hey, Jade. Hi, Jas. Hi, Caleb. Jas? Jace. I know it's Jace, so that's like... I hear Jason, I think J-A-C-E. Chase. I see Jas.
Oh, there we go. I'm not... Technically, if I put this thing in the chat, like... The link to
I'm
this,
sure you can like put the link in there. Yeah.
the link in the chat. I'm not gonna get like
Imgur.
removed off of Twitch, am I?
Use Imgur.
I put it on Imgur. It's on Imgur. I'm gonna put it in the chat now. Once my phone decides to reconnect me to the chat.
Do it.
Oh,
Do
you
it.
had this Sonic screen.
There we go.
Oh, this is one of the things I rescued from the garbage when I was working at the church. Almost every monitor.
Okay, so for everybody in the chat, that is the katana I just sent them.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing we're looking at. Go ahead.
And it is. But continue on with that story. I went in there, and the guy had basically been there when me and my friends went in just to basically look around. My friends would get something. I'd still be like, okay, well, I don't know if I want to get anything. But the guy basically was like, how much? I said, how much is this? He's like, $400. But he's like, all right, well, it's 50% off, so it's $200. I said, I don't have $200. I've only got $120. So this kind of sucked because I really wanted to get one. He said, you know what? I'll cut you a deal. I'll sell it to you for $100.
What? Woohoo! Jeez.
Because it was the last day, and so I was like, well, I wish, you know, and we had bullshit with the guy so many times. He was the same guy that also sold me the hidden blade. And because he was also, I was just like, I have the money to get this. Another thing about the hidden blade was I had the money to get it, but if I had done that, I would have basically been like, oh, well, I can't, bye, Neo. I had to, I had the money. I was like, oh, if I buy this, though, I can't, I'm basically gonna, like, financially screw myself when it comes to, like, getting gas and everything. I was like, I probably shouldn't do it. And as I'm walking out of the store, the guy goes, well, I guess I'll just put this back. I said, all right, you crazy son of a bitch, I'm buying it. Guilt tripped me into buying it. I walked out wearing it, and the mall security's like, is that okay? And I said, yeah, it's fine, it's okay.
I bought it from the store in this mall, sir.
Yeah, so I bought it from there. I have the receipt right here. I want to get a display case for it so I can actually stop wearing it around. But
just that'll keep you from it.
Well, if you find
Put a
yourself
display case.
in Texas, you just, if you're in Texas, you can just wear it. You can just have it.
And it's like, it's that faux leather, so it's really loose if you're not wearing a sleeve. So in the picture, I'm wearing a sleeve, like, under it, so that way it actually kind of, like, stays in place. But
yeah, oh yeah, I see the sleeve, yeah.
Yeah, I had to, and it's easier to have the thing on there because it actually stays in place and you don't have to worry about it sliding up and down your damn arm.
So something else I want to comment on. So I'm looking at your the vehicle you're in. This looks like a. Are we saying is this a 80s or 90s car?
That was
I'm guessing
my
80s.
friend's '98 Buick LeSabre.
98 Buick.
Was the goal to make it look like from the?
Because yeah, I'm seeing like this looks like an 80s car, but maybe they just kept with that design, that interior. Like
No,
look
it
at that
was a,
weird like the
curve
yeah.
on the end of the door.
Right.
Car.
I remember cars looking. I could smell it. You could smell that
I can
image.
smell it. It smells like cigarette.
Does it smell like cigarettes?
I don't remember. I don't think it did. No, it smelled
What
like
was
a
that picture
myriad
for?
of different things because my friend, before he gave it to another one, my buddy Kyle, it was his car originally before he gave it to my buddy Sloan. He,
I'm gonna look that up. 98 Buick. What was the model again?
Buick LeSabre.
Oh, do they even make those anymore?
I don't think so.
LeSabre.
Oh my god, Caleb, you're a mess.
LeSabre.
If I ever go down to, like, when I go down to Texas again, because I am planning another trip, all three of us, we gotta hang out.
Dude, you bet.
If you come to Dallas.
That DFW
Which
geek,
is,
boy.
funny enough, that's actually technically where I'm going.
Well, there you go then.
That's the place to be.
Well, technically I'm going to Irving because Ian lives in Irving.
Oh,
Irving.
yeah.
Irving? Oh yeah, Irving. Okay.
So I'll be going down to see him.
That's
I
where
don't know
Al was
when though,
living
because
for a little bit.
I need to get that vacation out of my way. Because I'm
That's where all the
being.
voice acting is.
That is where all the voice acting is, dude.
A
Like
lot of the voice
legit.
acting.
There's a lot of studios there.
Which actually, I was because you guys were talking about voice acting. I actually do have a project that I want to work on again. That I've thought about doing, like getting some voice acting, like for characters in it. But I just don't have anybody that would really do voice acting.
Hey, you're
There's
talking to a
there-
couple of boys.
There's
That's
plenty
it.
of people.
And there's a lot of people. We can hook you up, bro. We
Oh,
know
I'm
a lot
sure.
of people that are interested in that gig.
Like after
for-
this, I definitely want to show you guys. Like this was a project that Ian and I had worked on for. Now I gotta look this up. When was the last time? Like when was it we started that project? Because
Is this something that you've just been sitting on for a while?
we stopped working on it. We just became so busy with stuff in our own lives that we just couldn't work on it anymore. Last time I
feel that.
oh wow. Last time that okay, so the last time that I opened the project was on February 27th, so in 10 days. What do you know? February 27th of 2018.
Wow.
When we started the project was July 30th of 2016.
Jeez Louise.
It's been a while.
Been a while.
And it's basically we were creating
I'm sorry.
It's been a while by Stained.
Song by Stained, yeah.
Yes.
Since I first saw you.
Everything I can't remember.
What is it? What's the chorus of that song?
I don't even remember.
It's been a while since I've heard this freaking song. I thought it was by Nickelback.
You know, it could have been.
It easily could have
It
been.
might have been Chad Kroger.
Or by Creed. Or by any of those guys. Oh, jeez. Well, what's the project? Or is that something that you're keeping under wraps?
The project is Ian and I were in the progress of making a game.
Oh, legit.
We were using a program, RPG Maker.
I was literally about to say that. I was
Really?
Like, Art Maker?
Did
Yeah.
you know they put that on the PS2?
Yeah, they did.
editions.
Yeah, they
didn't
made
even
it on
know
the
that.
PS2. We were using, I think, VX Ace, which was one for computer.
Did you ever play with that stuff, Caleb? RPG
No,
Maker?
I thought about it, but I
Me
was.
too.
It's a little too much effort.
Let me actually.
I
open
spent
up
a lot of
Steam.
time making Time Splitters maps,
Ah, there
so
it
that's basically what I did.
Yeah, we were using RPG Maker VX Ace.
Okay.
So, and we had basically, because one of the things I definitely wanted to do was I wanted to be a game designer. And
That's something you still want to do?
it's something that's come back up in my mind, just like, God, I really had fun like making the project. And I'll actually I will show you guys this project after this stream. Like, there was a lot of time put into it. Like, so much time that we actually have, it might still be up. I'd have to check, because I'd have to reopen up Steam. But the demo for it is actually still on Steam, I believe.
go into the trouble of putting it up for.
So it is on Steam
for
potentially.
Yeah, so the demo, I believe, yeah, we finished the demo because because we had like meetings and everything set for it. Like we had like a whole team. Like, and it was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
Also, hi Joe Mist. Hi, yeah.
Say, Joe Mist, thank you for the follow. Everybody, man, I've gotten so many followers. Let me give
Jay tier.
some shouts to that one. Obviously, Jason, thank you for the follow.
Of course, my friend. Of course.
Gus, thank you for the follow. Alexers, thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow. Sethimus, thank you, and Joe Mist, thank you.
Nice.
Let's say I am now up to 38 followers. I'm starting to go up there, man.
Look at you go, boy. Almost at that 50, and then it's on the path to affiliate.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Just maybe. Yeah, oh, man. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at all of these, like, because I have a folder of it, like, all the info and everything on my computer, and I'm looking through this folder now, and it is...
What's the name of the game?
Corruption Rising was the name of it.
Corruption Rising?
Yes.
Corruption.
You'd have to look on... Oh, God, I don't know if... I'd have to open up Steam on my computer, which might slow my computer down, but it might be worth it in the end. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm using my Windows 7 computer right now, so open.
Oh,
Steam.
Windows 7 was awesome.
Oh my God, it was. It was the equivalent to XP. Like, it's same, like, just lovability of it. 7 was brilliant. In fact, the computer that I'm on right now technically came with Windows 8, but I downgraded.
Right,
as
the
soon
one
as I could.
I had
it.
originally.
Did you find it?
Yep.
What, you found it?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I had trouble finding it just on the browser.
Follows Zane Blackscar.
Yep, that's it. Oh, Jesus, I almost fell out of my chair.
Careful, guy. Whoa.
Hey. Hold on, wait. Can you open up a screen share? No, I guess I would technically override this. Shit. Fuck. Alright, I'm opening up Steam on my computer. I'm open.
Excuse me.
Yeah, because I was basically making the levels and working on everything else. Ian was character design. We had our good friend Charles being the one that handled all the coding and everything, because he worked on a lot of other projects. And, oh God, who else was there? There was our buddy Brad. He was working on level segments for his own level, because I kind of had everybody have their own level area.
That's neat. Yeah.
God, I am trying to remember. And then we had my buddy Gavin, who was working on music. And he worked on the first boss music for this.
Okay.
Oh, yep, okay. Steam opened up. Thank you, Steam. Okay, move out
So
of the
how
Discord.
deep into the development of the game did you get? Like, where are you at now?
We had gotten the demo done, and then we opened up a second project for RPG Maker to put the level, everything past the demo into it.
Uh-huh.
So we had... I'm trying to find my content. Hold on. Yeah, we had started... Yeah, we had started working on... let's see... Yep, demo. Here it is. Yep, that was definitely it. Yeah, wow, that thing has been up since September 19th of 2016.
Wow. Wow, 26. Jeez.
Yeah, it's been a while since we worked on this.
Golly.
Yeah. But we went into this, I think we had stopped working on it because obviously life and everything, we didn't have time to basically dedicate to the projects. And we had...
Gus is wanting a link to it, by the way.
What's that?
Gus is wanting a link to your demo.
Yeah, give me just a second on that. If I can copy the link. Copy.
That's cool.
Can I put
Yeah, I'm
that
looking
in
at it right
chat on
now.
I can't put that on the chat on XSplit. Son of a... Wait, hold on.
Get OBS. Get OBS or Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah, I definitely... I need to switch over to OBS. I just need to learn how to actually get everything set up. Okay, hold on. I'm putting that in the Discord chat, so that way I can take it off
There
of
you go.
Discord chat to put it in the stream chat. Because that's how things work, right?
There you go.
Alright. Oh, well, I guess we just both
you
posted
said-
at the
you
same time.
started too. There you go. There you go. Double link. Now you have
Double
no
links.
excuse.
Here you go. Play it twice.
It's there.
But we
Yeah, I've
had
been interested in that kind of thing. I don't know. If you want a voice guy, just let me know. Let us know.
Yeah, I want to get back to actually working on this project, or even just start another project, but it's just time. Time is
Oh
of
yeah,
the
that's
essence.
always the thing.
Add him to the VA host.
Hey, that's right.
If he's looking at the voice acting Discord server for it,
Literally, we do.
for people who are actively looking for vocal stuff,
Huh.
like looking to do voice acting.
I can do that right the heck now, because that is the place to go. That's the actually kind of goes back to the very first question.
Yeah.
Because that was one of the big things that we did together and with our voice acting community. We started a thing called the VA Host Club, or the Voice Acting Host Club, which kind of plays off of the Oron High School Host Club anime.
Yep.
And I still has the same logo.
Yep. You still got that. It's such a good logo. It's
Oh,
like,
I'm
don't change.
proud of it.
So now people actually do post projects and they're semi-frequently.
Yep.
You know, to the point of like, hey, we're looking for something. Here's some things to check out. So.
And it's not as active as it used to be.
Oh no.
But like, because it used to be, oh my God, we had a Facebook group
Mm-hmm.
that consisted of like 300 people and counting. And
Yep,
it was just
yep.
a bunch of people coming in, and everybody was like meeting each other and networking and getting involved.
Uh-huh.
People that never even really thought they were interested in voice acting, you got started through
Yep.
our group.
Yep. The little community.
So crazy.
Yep.
And,
some of those people are voice actors.
Yeah, some of them have actually moved
Successful
on.
voice actors.
It's just like, it's weird to think about that happened.
They moved on from the host club.
They've graduated from
graduated.
the host club. But, I started it up again through Discord, because how cool would it have been to have had Discord during that time?
We had forums and we had Facebook groups, so it was pretty neat. We had Skype.
It was great. It was the way we did it was.
I think Discord makes things easier. They just need to. I am envious of everyone who has it. But if you're looking for voices,
I just
There's
sent you
an
the invite. There you go. Hey, by the way, Broadway boys here. Hey.
Broadway!
Oh, yeah.
BB. Hi. Hello. How are you?
Hey, hi, how are you?
Star here.
Wrong star, Caleb.
Thunderstar. Not
Oh
Joker.
God!
Don't get it twisted.
Don't get
I know.
don't get that twisted, eh?
I thought that was somebody different. I was like, what?
The things I can actually do with my voice, I'm actually kind of impressed by it.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just say something and be like, how did I do that?
Like, people that work with me can actually attest that there'll be times where my voice will, like, for some reason, like, I don't know what it is. I'll just be talking normally, and then suddenly my voice will just, like, adopt, like, an English accent for some reason. Don't know why. But it's interesting.
I usually
racist?
blame it on... What'd you say? What'd you say?
I was like, are you racist? I don't know.
Let's say,
Sometimes I just adopt an accent because just to make fun of it because I'm just superior.
Just a terrible
Just
person.
better.
I'm just a terrible. There are people that do that, though.
there are. And I was just like, well,
Condescendingly.
I think Caleb's talking shit.
Sometimes also when I speak, sometimes I surprise myself, not because of the voice I make, but half the time I'm just like, I can't believe I said that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're just like, wow, I can't believe I said that, and I
It's like-
wish I could take it back.
Did I actually
ever think
say
like that?
these
You ever have
words?
those
Like,
days?
wow.
I just wish you just hadn't have said something.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Every day there's at least one thing where it's like, why did I say it like that? For me, usually it's tonality. Because like there was a day where I was talking to someone, at the new job, and it wasn't anything bad that had happened. I was just I'd said something and it came off really awkward. And as soon as we left, it was a very pleasant, like, okay, have a good one, peace out. And I was like, why did I say it like that? I don't even remember what we were talking about. I think she asked me about my day, and I said something that made it sound like I was having an awful day,
Oh.
but I didn't mean to make it sound that way.
You know what's even weirder too? Not just the tone, but randomly out of nowhere you adopted the English accent, and I was like, "Why are you doing that?"
See, okay, I was literally gonna bring this. Usually, I blame whatever content I'm watching. So if I'm watching something obsessively for an amount of time, I will pick up either may it be accent or the way somebody speaks. And one of the things that I started doing, do y'all know who Norm Macdonald is?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Norm Macdonald is a Saturday Night Live comedian.
Okay.
He was mostly known for his news segment that he would do. And so for a while there, I was starting to like just talk like him. Because he talks a bit like this, and he has a really quick thing, you know? And he talks a bit like that, you know? And for a while there, I thought you were doing it just now.
Oh, really?
Because you're just like, you ever just, you have those days where you just say something, you know? And it just comes out wrong. Yeah, it happens. Sucks. Yeah, good times.
I don't know where that came from. I don't know me from Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't. I would have to show you who I'm talking about. You'd be like, yeah.
Okay.
Bill Burr. Abby knows this. I've been obsessed with Bill Burr. So every time I talk, every now and then, I just gotta do the thing. Jesus Christ. Jace.
Yeah, Jace.
You know? Yeah, Abby, that's our thing. The Boston thing. Which she's from Boston. I do it too much, Abby. But it's just become part of my speech. Yeah, you know.
I'm sorry, my lip has I've had dry lip all day. So
Me too. Isn't it? I'm weird. I like dry lips.
You like peeling
I just,
dry lips?
well, not even that. I just like to rub my lips together when they're dry. It's a nice feeling.
Yeah, that's really freaking weird, Jay. That's really odd. You need to see someone.
Zachary, yesterday, my brother, we went to dinner with family, and he was just like, "You need chapstick," and he gave one to me, and I did everything I could to avoid it.
What chapstick brand?
Burt's Bees, it's good.
That's a good one.
But I just don't like chapstick.
Don't
it just
compromise.
feels waxy and gross.
Have you used Burt's Bees?
Yes, I mean it worked out. My lips felt great afterward, but I was just like I didn't like how it
But
felt.
it didn't feel as good as just rubbing your dry lips.
I was about to eat. Okay, I don't want no Burt's Bees on my steak.
Mistake.
A mistake.
Dang it! I actually.
Did someone say steak?
Well, now he's bleeding. All right,
I
he
pulled
bit
off
his
too
lip.
much
You
skin.
did too much skin.
pulled
He's
off too
literally
much skin.
no lips now.
I pulled off too much skin. That's
See, that was a very Norm Macdonald joke.
That's what the serial killer said.
I pulled up too much skin. That was what the serial killer said. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nobody laughs. You guys thought it was funny. Yeah, you know, it's like, well, funny.
You know what movie was good?
Hmm.
You know what movie was like good, but not like insanely good, but like it was a good film. Like I walked out thinking, man, film, Joker.
Did you see Joker? I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, Joker was
It was a
awesome.
good film.
Did you see Joker, Thunderstorm?
Yeah, I loved that movie. It was great.
I missed out.
No,
I
no,
wanted to see it. I mean,
I don't think it's revolutionary. It's just good.
I'm just into the actor.
It was a
Love that
good-
guy.
Good
Joaquin.
character study.
Yeah.
This is a good character study film. This is good. Kept you on your toes. Little artsy fartsy at places, but like
But that was the director,
a
too.
pretty good film. I don't know. Some people blow stuff like I say it in that way. This is not like cinema groundbreaking masterpiece. Can a film just be good and be good and only good? Doesn't have to be more than that. Doesn't have to be this crazy statement. You gotta align yourself with like sides. Can it just be a good film?
Sonic the Hedgehog did that.
Yeah, but even then, people still took it to be like the second coming of animation. I was like, dude, it's fine.
It was very. It just took it easy. There's a term for that when a movie is like that. It just man, I wish I could think of it. It was brilliant, but it just took it easy. It didn't try to be more than what it was. It just it knew its place and it stayed there.
Copied some '90s formula.
Yep.
Family-friendly films.
Yep.
Did it and just threw a blue hedgehog in it, and then cashed the check. And I'm
And
totally
it worked.
fine with it. I'm totally fine with it.
And it
No
worked.
issue.
I liked it a lot.
Yep.
Did you see Sonic Thunderstar?
No, I have not yet.
Not yet.
You going to
I plan to, yeah.
theaters, or are you gonna wait till streaming?
Probably theaters.
All right. It's definitely a fun experience. If the theater happens to be full, it'll be fun. Because there's a lot of different attitudes.
Meow. But our theater, like, are we 12?
I loved it.
It was
I loved it.
like a group of like.
Say, what was the last movie? I think the last movie I went and saw in theaters was the second Jumanji movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Or
I haven't even seen
the next level
other
is what it was.
ones.
I never saw the first one and thought it was once again good film.
Good film,
Good, just
but that's
good.
fine.
It's good. It can be. It's fine. It's okay to be a good film.
Sometimes there are movies where you watch it and blandest.
Sometimes it's okay to be the Pepsi, to the cola. Sometimes it's okay to be the RC cola. You don't have to be the Pepsi or the Coke. I respect you as a Coke, you know? Like, you get the
RC,
job
yeah, you're right. RC
You
isn't
got-
that bad.
done. Are you better than those? No, but you got the job done, and I respect you for it, and I appreciate it.
Now Pib.
I like Pib. It's Dr. Pepper.
Pib is good. Dr. Pepper is my shit.
I have a friend of mine whose name is Captain Dr. Pepper on because he loves Dr. Pepper so much.
I have a friend that way as well.
That's the same person.
Technically, I think that...
Matthew?
No, you mean Madison?
I got a friend who's Dr. Pepper.
That calls himself Dr. Pepper?
Yes.
Madison calls himself, his PSN name is Captain Dr. Pepper.
I got a guy on Steam. I've known him since 5th grade. He is
Since 5th grade?
Dr. Pepper 2012.
What the heck?
Yeah, this is like one of the few people that I actually still see from those years.
5th
And we're
grade.
tight. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
When I moved to Frisco, remember we had that conversation and how important 2005 was for me as a person?
I'm sure you told me about it, but my
Yeah.
memory is
He's
shot
like,
since
dude,
then.
so many things have happened. But yeah, 2005 when I moved to Frisco. And like, there's not very many people left from those days who have stuck around. And Matthew has stuck around.
Wait, Matthew
Smith. Not
okay.
terrible.
No, I
but
remember Matthew.
Smith.
Yeah. The person.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember things now. Every now and then.
Abby's never tried Dr. Pepper. Wow.
Huh.
I think I thought of Joker just because you mentioned like terrible jokes. McDonald, and the whole end of that film is Joker bad jokes that aren't funny, and it's just really uncomfortable. But that was the point. It's supposed to be.
But he thinks it's the funniest thing in his
I
head.
think he thinks it's funny. I don't know. It was a fine film.
Is that where the meme came from? Where it's like, you guys just don't get it?
Is that a meme?
Yes.
I've
Everything about that movie became a meme.
I'm
That's
fine
why I
with
didn't
it.
see it in theaters, because I saw everything I needed to see.
Here's the question I need. I need someone to tell me, and I guess I should just go see it. Kind of like my question with Joker, right? It's like, was the Joker that good, or was it just good? Is Birds of Prey good, or is it that good, or is it just good,
Or as it isn't good.
or is it bad? Because like, I don't know. I feel like oftentimes in media we crucify something as being good. Or like it's got to be like, it can't just be okay. It can't just be fine or good. It's got to be amazing. It has to have the strongest adjectives.
Sometimes I'm okay with there's a very rare instance where if a movie is just, because there are movies that are bad, right? Like in every aspect, like it's hard to watch bad, but then there are movies that are so bad it's good, right? We all know those movies.
It's like this campy, you know.
I would rather say, is Birds of Prey bad, or is it so bad it's good and we're missing out on something? Suicide Squad was bad.
Yeah,
That's a movie that it's hard to sit through.
I didn't like Squad. I watched it on a plane.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The worst place to watch any movie that is bad. You
You
want to
know,
watch
yeah.
something that's entertaining.
I watched a movie called Searching, and it actually had that movie Parasite.
Oh,
One of the leads in Parasite was the lead thriller called Searching, and I saw that on a plane, and it was incredible.
okay.
I
Wow.
freaking love that now. It was so good. One of those found footage sort of perspective from the computer screen films.
Also, Gus gets it. There
Yeah.
are bad movies, and there are bad movies who are worth of Mystery Science
Yep,
Theater
Mystery
3000
Science
bad.
Theater.
Which,
That's what I wanna see.
absolutely, that's good stuff. Riff Tracks.
I love it. I still get emailed. Riff Tracks is on Twitch now.
I
Have
know.
you followed
They,
it?
they,
I follow them
they
on
I
there.
don't follow them. If I ever wanted to pull them up, I do.
Constant loop. People are chatting in there. I'm so happy.
Brilliant.
I had Cinematic Titanic for a while.
Really.
Yeah, it was Joel's after, because Mike went on to make Riff Tracks.
That's right.
Joel made Cinematic Titanic, although they brought back Mystery Science Theater on Netflix
For a little bit.
but he helped write. He wasn't in it, but he helped write for it.
That's right.
Is Jade still here? Hi, Jade. I thought she was gone, but hello.
Yeah. Since we're talking about bad movies, let's talk about The Room. The Room is like, I think of
Oh,
it
The
as
Room.
like, have you seen that
No,
yet?
I still
Tana
haven't
Wiseau?
seen
It's, to me, it's like the gateway of that world.
Oh,
The-
God.
it. So bad they're good.
So bad they're good cult followings.
Oh yeah.
The Room is like the gateway to that, and if there's so much more in the world that I've had the privilege to see as well, and it's just like it's so much fun to think that there's a community around these things. When the person who made it was genuinely just trying to make a movie.
Yeah, genuinely.
I love that idea. Like The
Tommy
Room,
Wiseau.
or like there's another one that has that kind of following. There's a lot, actually. What's one that I can think of off the top of my head? Oh God, there's a one called it's about like Bigfoot. I don't even remember the title, but it's a really
hi,
bad.
Caleb. Oh, hi, Jade.
Birdemic? Yes, absolutely. That's another one.
King
That's another one.
Birdemic.
You know Birdemic?
Oh, Birdemic.
That's getting a sequel, I think. If they haven't already.
Oh.
I'm not sure.
Oh, Birdemic. That just brought me to another memory of my high school days.
Yeah, that's an experience for sure.
Back in high school, my senior year, me and two of my friends, we made a movie.
Y'all made a movie. Okay.
We did not show this movie to the class. The teacher was like, "Oh, are you doing this for like a school project or something?" And we're like, "Sure, yeah. Are you gonna show it?" No.
There's a third Birdemic that they're working on.
Oh my God, a third one? Oh God.
Well, they started an Indiegogo.
Okay, and you bet people are gonna support it. You bet they are.
Oh yeah.
We're getting a third Birdemic. Don't you worry about that.
Second one came out in 2013. And it had IMDb is a 1.6 out of 10. I've never seen anything that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, is it that bad?
Yeah.
Or is it that bad it's good?
It's extremely like.
My gosh, that's a bad.
Just the choices that are made in terms of editing and the way that the scenes are like combined, the way it like paces through.
Yeah.
It's a mess, and it's weak. It's strange in the sense of the effects that they use. They're like cheap green screen effects that you can get off a website. It's like insane, and the acting is abysmal. I will say, Sharknado, the first one probably was the only one that is so bad it's good. I believe the rest just kind of ride that tail, and then they're just trying to replicate it, and it's not the same. It's not organic. Sharknado, the first one, is an organic, so bad it's good, where it's just like it was what do they say when the stars are aligned, and it just was like it was a perfect storm. That's the word. And then of course it went really well, and then they just tried their best to replicate that formula, and it's not the same. It's not the same.
Why is Interstellar 30 on the top line? Interstellar was.
What makes you think it is?
Interstellar, it is.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what makes you? I said that wrong.
Interstellar was a good film. It's like good.
You know why?
Fine.
Because it's Christopher Nolan.
No, it's because it's because you had Matthew McConaughey when he's going through all the weird space things, and he used his voice, and he was like, space and dimensions and math and science, and everyone felt smart and overwhelmed. 8 people, and all of them at the end said, "Oh my gosh, what just happened? That was crazy." And I'm like, that doesn't mean it was a good film. That just means you're confused. That's not good.
I think in terms of its narrative.
Look, space is holding in on itself.
Murph.
10 out of 10. Give me an Oscar.
In terms of its narrative, it is not that impressive, because they're really, the premise itself is very simple. I guess space. There's a lot of weird timey things that happen, timey-wimey space stuff. But in terms of visual effects and in terms of all that stuff, that's well, Gravity. Okay, Gravity was boring.
It's a boring film.
Terribly boring film, and even like the effects themselves weren't even that impressive.
It was, yeah, well, I mean, it did a bunch of stuff that people. That's another one with like a visionary director.
Yeah,
I like how you can have. I love how M. Night Shyamalan can be a visionary director, and then everyone like turned all his. And admittedly, I didn't like a lot of the ones people didn't like, but it's like you can't just because they're visionary, they don't get a free pass to get 10 out of 10. You know another film that was good?
Mm.
The Shining.
Yes.
Was good.
I think we had a
I
discussion about that. That's an.
Just talking about things that were good.
You need to get on the Filmlings podcast. I'm pulling a Joe Rogan. You should get on the Filmlings podcast. I know a couple guys. You should really start a podcast.
I would just say,
Jamie, go get some people. We're gonna get this guy a podcast.
I'm looking at all these top 50 list of IMDb, and I'm like, good.
But no, legit. You, Jonathan, and Alex, you need to talk to them, and that would be an interesting conversation to have because of they're movie buffs and in such a way that they praise Kubrick, the Kubrick people. And you obviously don't see what the appeal.
No,
do you see the appeal?
I mean, from a strictly stylistic standpoint, it did things that no other film did. It was visionary. It was trailblazing. I get that. And from a sheer like horror standpoint, like thriller standpoint, it stands alone as a film that has still to this day, no one's been able to replicate the way it's done, portraying characters, fully realized characters without much character development. It did a great job. It was a really good film. When I say it's just a good film, I say that more to be mean, but I actually The Shining is really good. But I don't know. I'm not about to bloviate forever about what was so great about The Shining. I think I need all the historical context.
Right.
That's what they would tell me.
That's what they would tell you.
You have to understand, in the time when it came out, and the way stories were done, and the way horror was done, and the way films were done, and is Kubrick's attention to detail, and not uncompromising nature. It's like, yeah, but I've only got the final product. I'm not looking at its history. All that stuff is fluff to make the knowledge of the film. That's all just like secondary knowledge. I'm looking at just and saying, wow, that was really good. Anything beyond that is just cool information that makes the experience more engaging and interesting. But as a film as a whole, just as it is, that's all I look at. I don't need you to tell me about who directed it, who acted in it, what they were thinking when they were acting. I'll look at all that and care about that when I look at the film. Like, then I'll want to know how it came to be.
Well, Broadway brings up an interesting thing. Did you see Dr. Sleep? I didn't.
I heard it was good. I wanted to see Dr. Sleep. It got good reviews. It was not panned. It looked a little Hollywood, horror Hollywood.
It was a little bit.
But the actual reviews were not bad.
Well, just from what I've seen, it has a lot of it takes a lot from the original book.
Yeah, 77%.
So it's not so much based. It's weird. It's a sequel to The Shining.
Yeah, it is.
But it's also it's also directly focusing on the book and not but at the same time it tries to tie in with the film, and that's its downfall.
Oh, really?
Because there's a whole sequence where they're going through the hotel again. And in the book, they don't ever go back to the hotel. In the book, the hotel is gone.
Oh, cool.
But in the film, they rebuilt the hotel. Nostalgia. Do you remember these ghosts? Do you remember the bloody elevator?
Yes.
Do you remember this? Do you remember that? And that's kind of what swayed me from giving it a chance, was that knowledge alone. Because member berries. I'm not a big fan of member berries. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? We're going to dangle this in front of you.
Oh, member berries. Oh,
member berries.
I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, from South Park.
I get
member
it.
berries, what?
Yeah, it's a South Park thing.
Some people say, isn't that this nostalgia bait? Like, that's another phrase for it or something along the lines of that? You're just baiting nostalgia? Like, that doesn't really count.
Also, peace out, Gus. We'll see you.
I'm going to go pee.
And Broadway Boy.
I'm going to go pee, and then we can wrap up.
Yeah, we're dinner time. Go get some
I'm going to go pee. I'll be
thanks.
And there goes Caleb.
Do it. Wow, turned into a movie podcast for a second. What in the world?
Yeah, it's usually how these podcasts go. It's just like, hey, we talk. It's tangents. We have fun.
That's the beautiful thing. I do like a good tangent, which is kind of our friendship. We just tangent.
We just kind of go off in different directions,
Which to kind of continue, I didn't see the sequel to It, which I want to. That's something I really wanted to see.
I did see the sequel to It. It was pretty good.
Yeah. I was excited about it, mostly due in part because how visceral the first one was and the things that they didn't shy away from.
Right.
Despite the fact that the characters were still children. That kind of intrigued me with the adult characters because obviously they grow up in the sequel, and it's like, ooh, are they going to go in now that they're adults? Like, what are they going to hold back? Did you feel like it went further into just the nightmare that is it?
I feel like it did a little bit. Like it, I'd say it was actually really good because I enjoyed it. My girlfriend and I, we watched it, and we thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I missed it. I mean, it's available for streaming. I should just watch it anyways. But yeah, I don't know. I think the movies I'm really just looking forward to this year, there's actually quite a few, I think. What's one that I want to see this year? The only one I can think of off the top of my head is the next Wes Anderson, because I'm a big Wes Anderson fan. So he's got a new movie coming out this year. I'm excited about that. But I think that's it. I can't think of... There must be another movie I was looking forward to seeing this year.
I'm trying to think, like, what was the movie that I was...
Yeah. I'm back. You're good. Welcome back. We're just talking about movies we're looking forward to seeing this year, if any.
I'm trying to remember.
Any, if at all.
I'm trying to think like, what the last movie I was hyped to see was.
Yeah.
I'm sure I could think of something if I sat here long enough, but half the time I just don't. I've been checked out of a lot of internet, like video game and movie news. I've checked out as I've gotten older. I had to focus on other things.
Even video games, really?
Yeah. Well, the only video games I kind of every now and then something will slip in my radar and I'll get hype about this new game called Outriders coming out new generation of consoles.
What's
Looks
that?
pretty dope. It's like a 4-player cooperative shooter, over the shoulder, third person sort of experience.
Huh.
That's like somewhere between Dark Souls and Gears of War.
Oh.
So it looks kind of dope,
no.
but I just check out because half the time I wish earlier when I was younger I didn't anticipate so much, because then things would have just happened to me and I would have, like, every time I've ever not revealed stuff early, didn't watch a trailer, didn't listen to a single from an album, and just watched it or listened to it first time fresh all the way through with nothing revealed to me, it's been these incredibly satisfying experiences. So it's like checking out of what's coming soon has actually been pretty good.
I agree with that.
Then stuff just comes out. I'm like, oh, that's out now?
That's exciting.
And then I go and see it, like the Sonic movie.
Yep.
Like I think my anticipation for it only came 3 days from its release, and I was like, oh shoot, that's coming out soon. So I didn't have to like sit and anticipate and like use all this time just
keeping up
preparing,
with
you know. Fake expectations built up. I can just see something for what it is. I don't looking through rose-colored lenses or anything. It just is what it is.
Well, I was talking to Jonathan about this actually because we saw him on Saturday, and he said there's a guy who coined the phrase "media blackout," which is a great phrase because that's what I'm doing with mostly movies.
Yeah.
Because if I do see a movie, I want to go in blind, even if it's a movie I'm interested in. I tried that out with Black Panther. You know, it was all right. That was another movie that was just fine.
Yeah.
But like, it was cool because I got in there. I had only seen the poster. I avoided all promotional material. It was incredible. And I get into that movie, and it was great.
You don't have any clue of story beats.
Nothing.
You have no clue of how characters act, how they are.
I haven't seen a scene already that they spoiled the trailer.
Yeah, no fun. All the quips, like tone of the film is completely absent.
Yep.
Like there's something special about not watching a trailer to a film. I did that with a lot of horror. I did that with The Babadook and Hereditary. Didn't watch any trailers or anything.
Ooh, Hereditary must have been crazy going in blind.
Hereditary was a lot.
Hereditary was something.
In summer, I watched her, so I got the. So like, I want to do it more often. So I'm actually going to try to do that media blackout more frequently.
It's a cool term, isn't it?
I did it for Motion City Soundtrack, my favorite band. I did it for their 5th album, and I didn't listen to any of the singles.
Nice.
3 singles released. And
that's what we're going to do with the Goo Goo Dolls album.
That's what we've been doing. We listened to one song because I just couldn't.
That's something we're going to do soon, for sure.
We got to do it.
It's going to happen. We got to do it. It's going to.
Anyway, what you gonna eat for dinner, Eric?
What
you eat for dinner? You're on Central Time, right?
Yep. Not sure what I'm gonna do.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
I guess scrounge to see whatever food I have.
So you're gonna have to repeat it again because we're just weird over here on the internet. What'd you say you're gonna eat?
I guess I'm just gonna have to scrounge for food.
Do you not have any food?
No, I think I do. I just gotta figure out what I have.
Oh. For a while there, Jason only had like ketchup and pickles in his fridge.
Oh yeah, that was a day.
Just had ketchup and pickles. And mustard. You had condiments.
Yes, I had condiments.
And then you had cereal.
Where do I put the cereal?
In the freezer.
Yeah, baby.
Which is
Cereal in the freezer. What?
life-changing experience. Maybe not life-changing. It's a bit strong. Nice experience.
It's pleasant.
It's very pleasant.
Listen, I'm telling you.
It's like chilling a plate for a salad.
Yes.
It's like chilling a plate for a salad.
There you go.
Salad eaten from a chilled plate is you don't settle anymore. You're like,
right.
I have to have a cold plate when I eat salad now. I'm ruined. I have to have cold cereal when I eat cereal now.
Don't look at me like I'm crazy, Abby. It's legit.
That's interesting.
He wants the cereal. Do it. It's good. Trust me. Trust me. Hey, I said all those things and made fun of him. Actively made fun of him.
And then he tried a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch, cold. So good. You have no idea. It's like, you got to try it.
I ain't playing, fellas. It's, you know why I put it there? Because I had no space for cereal, and I didn't want no bugs getting in it. So what's the best place to put things? The freezer. And I put it in there.
It's not going to get hard.
It changed my life.
It doesn't turn to ice, by the way. It's just chilled. Yeah, it's just cold. It's very cold cereal.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try that. That sounds interesting.
Great, I sold him. There you go. You're gonna do it. There you go. Great. Abby's gonna do it.
Wasn't that what Coraline's mom was from the movie Jade is saying?
Oh God, I've seen Coraline many times. I don't remember talking.
It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Huh?
But you can do it with any cereal.
Any cereal. I put all my cereal in there. I get one box, and then I usually go through that every now and then because I don't eat a lot of cereal anymore. It's mostly a snack now.
Do you have some in the freezer?
I do.
Oh, I'm gonna have them.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get a little appetizer, baby. That's what's up. After the stream, okay, tell us how it goes. If anybody does it, want to know, you let me know. Pictures and everything.
Twitter
at TheBlueJay 1994.
Focus right.
Oh, I've had it when I got my voice acting stuff.
That's the thing I use.
Yeah.
For all my things.
It's brilliant.
Dang. Why did I miss this? Anyways, do you want to wrap us up, Eric?
Yeah, I'll definitely have to answer. And let's say I should still be home for a couple more hours because I headed back over to my girlfriend's tonight. But yeah, I definitely have to show you guys the project. I have to.
Oh, Discord, please! It's like breaking you up.
I definitely have to show you guys the project after. Before I definitely leave to go back to my girlfriend's tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I don't know if I'm gonna stream it or not. I don't.
It's getting really crusty. Crust.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna stream it or not. I don't know.
Stream it, and then we can all watch it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Huh? Yeah. You know what? How about this? We take a break. We go eat. I'm gonna go try me some frozen cereal. Cause I have to get sold on this.
You gotta tell me how it goes, dude. It's legit.
I'll just call you guys back. I mean, if that's up to you though.
Discord is so broken. Ugh.
It might be the stream.
Yeah.
Still got a lot of weird things.
It might just be the stream being a little broken. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna end the stream here. We're gonna take a break, or at least for a while. Take some time to go and devour some food, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna do. We're gonna get this going. I'll show you guys the project that I spent a long time working on.
I think I caught all of that. Yes, please do that.
So, thanks everybody for showing up. Thank you guys for being on the stream. Caleb, your 4th time already.
Peace. Thank y'all.
Peace out, everybody. I don't know why it's breaking out at the
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Hope everyone had a good time.